Okay, so I swear, this is a story. I mean, a while ago, I think a long time ago, Channel 4 did a documentary about Tourette's,
Yes.
and there was the Tourette's thing. He actually got the MBE
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for he got the
The
MBE
guy,
for
the guy who was featured in the documentary.
yeah. So he had Tourette's. So this is basically a film based on that, and obviously at the end they show a few bits of the actual guy himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this is a story. He's he's yeah, starts off where he's at school, and then he like starts to get the tics the and he swears a bit, and he swears in the canteen, and he's a goalkeeper, and he's a goalkeeper for the football team, and he's going to have a trial. Someone's coming to watch him for a trial, but the headmaster finds him and gives him whacks him on the hand. So when it comes to the trial, he can't
Like
actually do
catch
it.
the
So
ball.
his dad's really angry, his mum's really angry, and of course he spits at him and he tells him to where to go and
Yep.
all sorts of stuff like that. So the father leaves, and it becomes quite. He gets beaten up. He gets arrested by the police because he calls them. It's funny. It's funny what he calls them.
Yeah.
Um, but then when he meets an old friend, an old school friend, is like, "How you do?" and says, come in, and my mum will cook you dinner." And she's sort of had a cancer diagnosis. Anyway, she sort of friends him. He goes in. He don't want to go in. He says no, no, no. But she goes in and he swears at her and that. But she sort of accepts him for what he is.
Yeah.
And then he gets a job, and he calls the he goes for an interview for a job, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not going to get it," and he calls him all names and says some of it you can see in the trailer,
Yeah.
and I don't really want to say, but the bloke accepts it, and he says we want to give him the job, and he gets on really, really well, and then he sort of thinks to himself, perhaps I can do something more to make because people weren't aware of it. That's so.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Because
should have said that from
it,
school it goes 10 years, sort of it jumps ahead from when he's at school. It's a little bit about school, then
yeah.
jumps.
And this guy John Davidson in the real life, he's probably in I think 40s, 50s or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, and obviously in the film, so going back to when he would have been
So
in school. This would
yeah,
have been
so
like the it would have been like the 80s or something like that when people didn't
90s, yeah. So it's like early 90s. So it
early
goes
90s, yeah.
from 80s and then early 90s.
where,
So
where, where people didn't really know about this.
they
So
didn't, yeah.
they
So
didn't know this was like
It was treated as a bit of a joke, wasn't it? It was like
it was,
something
yeah,
you'd see on a carry-on film or something
yeah.
where people thought it was just something that was a little bit, well, funny
That's
yeah,
rather
it.
than a
Yeah.
condition or medical
So
condition.
and
or,
he
or
like
that people who had it were just using it as an excuse to be rude.
excuse, yeah.
Yes, that
So
was true.
that's right. When he goes to court, because of course he calls the police all names and that, and
Yes.
in the
Yeah.
sales he's calling them, and they're like, "Yeah, you right? Okay, that's it. You're being done." And he goes and he calls the judge. He's in the thing, and he calls the judge all sorts of stuff. And he's like, the judge is like, "Oh, he's getting pretty irate."
Yeah.
So, um, this was and I should imagine that some of the youngsters that he teaches or whatever, because I'm pretty sure that in one of the scenes at the end when he's running this community and he's making people aware, because parents come to him and say, look, we don't know what to do with, I've heard that you, so is there any chance? And there's a bit in the car where there's this girl with Tourette's and he's with Tourette's, and the parents just leave him in the car, and there's like this whole tirade between the two of them.
Or like a Tourette off.
And it's hilarious. It is, yeah. It's like they're all just, they let them rip into each other, and so yeah. So from that, but I have to say, I mean, I at school. This is going back a few years. I did know someone with Tourette's called Brendan, and he was even when he was walking down the street, and
Yeah.
I remember we had and I really, really remember this because it was so. We had it was
Oh,
Uh,
oh,
okay. What did you just lose Sean as well, Sharon?
yes, I've just lost Sean.
Yeah, I've lost. I can hear him in the background, so I think he's still talking, but something's gone wrong with his connection. So I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to edit this thing, but,
no.
but at some point Sean disappeared, and now Sean is back. But Sean, when you left, you were telling us about Brendan.
Yeah, Brendan. Yeah, so this was a student, and I said to him on the Memorial Day. I said when we was having I said, "Will you be able to manage, a
Oh,
minute of
Remembrance
silence?"
Day.
And he goes, "Yeah, Remembrance Day," and he said, I try, sir, I try." And I said, "Oh, good lad, good lad." He said, "I'm quite confident." Anyway, so it was all silent, but the bell went, and he was all silent. He was really good, and then he just like. Well, it would have laughed. It would have been good in the movie because he just couldn't help himself, and he started ticking and swearing, and I was going, man, you got to.
you mean the 1 minute silence?
Yeah. With
Yeah, yeah,
everything
yeah.
that
The
goes
1 minute silence. Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
because I mean, I think he tried to control it, but he just couldn't. He just couldn't, and he just went off on a.
during the silence.
Pardon? Yeah,
During the silence was the dog.
after about 50 seconds, so we were nearly there. We were so
Oh,
nearly
Oh,
there.
bless him.
And then
wow.
so I always remember that. But I've seen him, and he still has. He's still, even if I see him walking down, he sort of lives near the bus station, and I sometimes see him walking down the street, and he still's got the ticks and things. But yeah,
Oh man,
bless him.
I'm so invested in the Brendan story now.
Anyway, yeah, I'm really sympathetic. I better just give, because I don't think you got the rating for this,
Well,
did
we
you?
did not
No.
get the rating.
No, okay. So acting was superb. Acting was absolutely. He was brilliant. He was who the actor is. I'm not sure his name. Is it Robert Armani?
Robert Aramayo.
Aramayo. I've seen him in Game of Thrones. As short he
Yeah,
played.
he played young Ned Stark.
Yeah, but he was fantastic. He was brilliant in this, and I think. I mean, I'm looking at this, and this for me was a 4 star. This was a 4 star. I really liked it. And it's not those 4 stars across the top influencing me.
I know you because you have shown up with a poster that just has 4 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
kind of like it's
I
almost
mean,
kind
it's
of
very
like
British. It's very British. I don't know how it'd go with a USA audience or foreign audience.
yeah, because the thing is, everything about this show, everything about this film, almost so screams kitchen sink drama.
Drama,
It almost so screams like Ken Loach at you, Ken
exactly,
Loach,
exactly,
Mike Lee,
exactly,
that kind of thing.
exactly.
But it seems like for everything I've heard, it seems like it has a little bit more hope than
Mm.
your typical Ken Loach or Mike Lee film
Yeah.
does.
A
That
bit
it,
bleak.
yeah, it's a bit like if you mixed Ken Loach with the Full Monty or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like so. All right, so 4 stars for that, and now